Hey guys, KRX50 here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Digimon Crossfigure Series 05 Mailbirdramon from Digimon Cross Wars. Mailbirdramon is a machine Digimon whose attacks include Plasma Cannon, Nighthawk, and Trident Tail, and who is a member of Blue Flare. So this set includes two things, Mailbirdramon and one Digimemory. So Mailbirdramon is a mechanical jet-like bird. And in keeping with the theme of Blue Flare, it is primarily blue, though it uses a regular blue instead of the kind of dull pale blue of Greymon. So an interesting thing to note right off the bat is its name. The first part is that it shares part of its name with an older Digimon, that being Birdramon, who was originally a champion level Digimon from Digimon Adventure, but they aren't very similar to each other, aside from being bird-like Digimon with wings instead of any kind of arms or hands. Although that is basically what a bird has. But besides kind of a similar body shape, there isn't much that's similar between them, so this is not exactly a subspecies of Birdramon. The other part is male. Now, nowadays the word male is just about always used for things sent from one person to another. But in this case, male is referring to an older way of saying armor, kind of like chainmail. And that is a fitting name, as though it's mechanical, Mailbirdramon gives off the look that it's armored, with the kind of look of having a helmet on its head, a scaled neck, and then different armor pieces along its body. It's got quite a nice wingspan, with grey on the top and blue on the bottom, as well as these fins on the side. It also has this kind of long streamlined profile to it, ending off in this tail piece with three kind of claws to make tail feathers. And then its legs, which have it end in these three-toed feet, and have these panels here which seem to give the appearance that each leg has three missiles built into it. So articulation-wise, it doesn't have too much, but it has enough to pose it. First off, with the head, you can fold back the top of it to open up the mouth. The neck bends at 2 points, and you can also rotate it 2 different points. And then the thighs are on ball joints, and the knees are on hinge joints. You kind of gotta be careful about this, because you definitely do want to make sure that you've got enough weight on it so that it doesn't fall over forward. So now, we can DigiXros Greymon and Mailbirdramon to make MetalGreymon. So to start, take Greymon and fold him back onto his haunches a little bit. Then fold down his arms and fold down his head. Then you're basically going to want to completely dismantle Mailbirdramon. And so to do that, you remove the head, this piece on the chest, the one on the back, the 2 pieces on its thighs, and then the one on its tail. And you're going to attach all these pieces onto Greymon. So to start, take the arms, fold them out to the sides, then pull them outward like this, Then clip it onto the two spaces here. Give him chest armor. Just like so. Then take these pads and put them on the sides of his legs. Just squeeze them into place there and there. Take Mailbirdramon's neck and head. Then plug it onto the tail. Just like that. Take this piece on the back and just slide it onto Greymon's head like this. You want to slot this piece into here. The thing about this is that it doesn't actually hold in place. It'll wobble around a little bit. You just want to make sure that it's in that slot. Then take this piece and fold in the claws. And attach it to Greymon's left arm. Then take the wings and the rest of the body, fold the legs back, basically like this. Then clip it onto these two tabs on Greymon's back. Something like this. And there you have MetalGreymon. Its special attack is Giga Destroyer. So, getting to MetalGreymon, the interesting thing here is that it has, again, another connection to Digimon lore in that it shares its name with the Digivolved form of the original Greymon. But it has some similarities, there's still quite a bit of difference, at least in terms of the general aesthetic. While it does share a lot of things with MetalGreymon, which is basically the extra head armor, chest plate, armor on the left arm, and wings, the way they're done is quite different. The way the original MetalGreymon was done was that it looked like it had mechanical parts kind of grafted onto it in a mishmash way, and the way the wings were that they were these, purple, very thin, tattered wings with a lot of holes. But in the case of this MetalGreymon, it looks quite complete, but instead of looking like some kind of cyborg, it looks like what it basically is, which is a Digimon with a bunch of armor parts attached to it. Though it definitely has the appearance of having a lot of firepower, with a giant cannon on its back. The two legs back here can also form cannons. It's got these missiles along the wings, and this big metal claw on it. And even Mailbirdramon's head can fold around to make another cannon. In fact, you can basically just take it and fold around the various parts to get it in a more of a firing pose and more of an action pose. And this is really where that articulation in Greymon's tail comes in handy, because that way you can fold it up, then have Mailbirdramon's head folding over like so. And you can even open up the mouth, and one of the neat things is that the way this is designed, there's this indent here. That's a space that's meant for the horn here on MetalGreymon's visor. Although it kind of bends the horns out to the side, so what I do is just fold them underneath. You can fold the arms, and then lower its stance a little bit. Which is a little bit tricky. And there you have it in a kind of an action pose. So really give off the impression that this is a heavy, this is a very firepower heavy Digimon that can destroy almost anything in its path. Well, I guess another one of the weird things design-wise is the head itself. Now removing this, you can see that Greymon's eyes are here and here. But with the visor, it goes across like this. So it kind of makes you wonder if the visor somehow makes the eyes kind of weirdly joined together so I can actually see out of it. But, that's something to overlook just because you don't actually see the eyes with them being covered up like this. It's a simple DigiXros, especially compared to something like Digimon Xros 4, where this is literally Greymon with Mailbirdramon's parts as armor. But it is pretty effective. You can still get into poses, and it does have all this firepower going for it. I guess really the only problem I have is with this armor plate. Like I said before, this slides in here but doesn't stay in place because this piece is a lot thinner than this space here, so it doesn't actually squeeze into place. And I would have liked it if it could have done it, especially because the way you put it on is the best way to do it is to attach this before you attach on the wings, so there's really not much reason they couldn't have made this thicker so that it would stay in place instead of just wobbling around like so. I mean, it can kind of, well, if you do it like this, it's not going to fall out. It can potentially fall out. And so the thing about this is that it's, like I said, it's simple but effective. So the included Digimemory is Marine Angemon and a Mega level Digimon dating all the way back to the old Digimon card game, though it didn't appear in the anime until Digimon Tamers. Its attack is Ocean Love, known in the US as Kahuna Waves. So, let's test that out. Slide it in. And so the interesting thing about that memory is that, unlike just about every other Digimemory, instead of attacking your opponent's Digimon, this heals your Digimon. So that kind of makes it stand out from the others. As far as Mailbirdramon goes, it's so-so on its own just because these figures don't really have any gimmicks beside, for the most part, these figures don't have gimmicks beside DigiXrosing. So basically, if you're going to get Mailbirdramon or Greymon, you should really get them together, especially because, similarly to Digimon Xros 4, MetalGreymon is the basis for all future Blue Flare DigiXroses. And the two Digimon scale well together. The DigiXros is well done and you can get some good acting poses out of it. So, definitely recommended if you buy it alongside Greymon. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more videos. And for now, this is KRX50, riding off.